What's up, everyone? Welcome to Ian Credible. I'm your host, Ian. Today, we're doing something a little different. I'm going to walk you through my camera rig, all the equipment I use, all the bits and bobs that I've put on this little mini cinema camera rig to shoot my videos for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and include all the links for everything I got down in the description. And also, if you can give me a subscribe, and later on, if you're liking what you hear, give me the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps me tremendously. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting things out here, we got the camera. Spin this around. This is a Sony ZV-E10. It is a APS-C camera. I'm not going to go into like all the details on everything that we're talking about today, but if you guys want to see that, I'm happy to go into more detail. Yeah, really affordable 4K camera. Does 4K 30, 60. Sony's autofocus is excellent. By the way, this entire piece is being shot on my iPhone. Curious to see how this video turns out. Next, we got the lens, which is a Sony E11mm. This is an f1.8 lens. I do have another lens that I use as well sometimes, which is essentially the same thing. It is a Sony E. It's a 15mm lens, and that is 1.4. So might cut in some footage of that. Our next thing that I have on this setup is going to be the camera cage itself. So this essential metal structure screws in to the base of the camera and essentially allows you to connect all sorts of pieces of kit to this to put this rig together. I will agree, this is overkill, but that's how I do things. So yeah, that is a SmallRig cage. Next, I got the external battery mount, and I kind of like to run my rig like this. So with the screen on the outside, so I got a viewfinder here, and then I got the monitor up top as well. The monitor, just a lot easier to see. I'll actually flip it around the other direction. So when I'm framing up the shots by myself here in the garage. So this is another SmallRig. This is the VB99. Fun fact, the 99, I think it's watt hours, is essentially the maximum that you can carry, that you can take on an airplane, I believe. Anything over 100 watt hours starts to get complicated with how you have to get it there. So 99 keeps you under the limit, super simple. Next is the plate. I will pause this and I'll show you how this works. All right, so a V-mount plate, essentially you push this button here, it allows you to lift the battery right off. And then on the back side, it's got a traditional V-mount. If you're not familiar with camera equipment, this has been the standard for decades. It goes right onto this plate. There is no connection other than like a mechanical connection just to make sure it stays put. And then it's also adjustable, so you can loosen this and adjust, the angle in and out. There's another lever that allows you to slide this in tighter if you want. I kind of like it towards like the full extension, just balances the camera better. And then on the battery itself, you got a couple charging ports, so 2 USB-C. You got some 8 volt out, 12 volt out, a USB-A, and then you got a D-tap port on the side, which is what I'm using for powering the monitor. So anyway, show you how this goes right back on there. If I can get my finger out of my mic loop, basically, away you go. One of the most important things I like to have on a camera setup like this is the top handle. This one's lightweight. It's got a couple cool features. So it's got cold shoe mounts on both sides right there. It's got one right up here, which I'm using for the monitor mount, which is also SmallRig. Then we got different brand. So we got our 5-inch 4K Shinobi, which is by Atomos. Really nice inexpensive. It's got lots of tools too. When I say tools, like you can hit the touchscreen. Sorry, wrong. There you go. You can pull up like a histogram. You can zoom in. You can do all kinds of stuff as far as like you can turn on zebras to see if you're peaking in different areas. Tools in the monitor are really, really nice to have, especially, you know, when you're checking focus, making sure your levels are good as far as, you know, exposure goes. Very, very nice tool. Next we got just the monitor cables. These are by Condor. So this is HDMI to like HDMI micro, I want to say. And then this is a D-tap adapter. So we got D-tap goes in there to our battery, and then it's whatever the plate is. It's like a Sony plate, I think, for the back of the battery, or the back of the monitor, I should say. Nice little touch here. Something that I thought was pretty cool. Just these short little USB-C cables. They are made by, I couldn't even tell you, I'll be honest, it's probably some crappy brand, but they're nice. And I like how I got a 90 degree on one. It's lower profile, fits under the handle nicely. Next, we have the base plate. So I'll kind of lay this down here. All right, next we got a base plate. Again, SmallRig. So this piece right here is essentially part of the V-mount plate. So we got our camera cage, which is attached to the V-mount plate right here. And then we have the V-mount plate that holds our battery. That's going into our base plate. This is also height adjustable. So depending on if you got a matte box or something hanging off the front, you want to do like a teleprompter, you can adjust the height of that if necessary. And then the base plate holds our 15 mil rods. These are 12-inch rods. They're great. They work fine. They're aluminum. I bought them a long time ago. They happen to be SmallRig as well. But I would strongly recommend just get carbon ones. If you want to save the money, get the aluminum ones. They're cheap, but the carbon ones will just kind of save you a little bit of weight. And then you throw whatever dovetail base plate for your tripod setup on the bottom. So that's kind of the support rig. All right, last but not least, we have, or not last, close to last, we got our Rode Wireless Pro setup. So you get 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, comes in a really cool case. It's got a USB-C port on the back, so you plug it in there. This actually has an internal battery, so it'll essentially charge all 3 of these at the same time. And it holds a charge, so like I've been using, you know, the transmitter receiver, I'll plug it in, it'll charge them back up, top them up, which is really cool. The last thing here I will say, or I'll show you, is this light. So this is a GVM SD200B, fantastic light, bicolor, so you can change the color temperature of it. It's got an awesome little app to manage the brightness and all that stuff. Obviously, I can't reach the back of this from here. I'm 6'2", I got a ways to go, but the app works flawlessly. So it's paired to it via Bluetooth, and you can control all your settings. You can create groups, all kinds of neat stuff. And then the light modifier is the last piece. So this is the, what is it? It's the Glow Easy. It's a 48-inch deep parabolic softbox, which is awesome. It came with a grid, which I'm thinking I might throw in there. The grid just helps focus the light, but nonetheless, you know, that's the setup. I will happily do a deep dive on any of these products. If you want to know more or have questions, throw them in the comments. Make sure to subscribe. It means a lot to me. If you're interested in any of this stuff, you probably are. If you're searching this stuff out, go ahead and use the links, man. It helps me out. Helps me help you. So, all right, have a good one. Peace out.